Trying to solve that puzzle. I don't remember where we are in a long time. Oh crap. Start caption. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. Okay. Probably I should go where? Oh. Ah. There you go. Better. Okay. Facebook. So I need to go graduate university, start work from home as a secretary. How can you work from home as a, wait? Work from okay, home office. Never mind. Took a position as a military, went as the British envoy in the city hall. So I guess I'll have to go to city hall. Where is city hall? Where the hell? Where the fuck is city hall? Shitty hall. Ho ho ho. They never close. They open 24/7. For my own satisfaction.
I'm curious, how did Mycroft recruit you? I doubt you're a field agent. I imagine you work with intelligence.
That's correct. Your brother noticed me when I tracked down a spy at the archives. That's how our cooperation began. And you? Did Mycroft force you into this?
Not at all. We simply have a mutual interest in someone. Or something.
Of course. A fruitful and willing collaboration, I'm sure.
Well, I'm his younger brother. I have to accept the consequences of being a close relative of an official figure.
I suppose in a way we are colleagues, Mr. Holmes.
In the remotest way possible, Miss Oni.
Have you found anything helpful? Have you found anything helpful?
Although I'm supposed to talk to you about this guy.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't think I know.
Have you found anything helpful?
Oh my goodness.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's beyond my knowledge.
Have you found anything helpful?
Excuse me, just one question.
How dare you address me? You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Not really. Isn't that supposed to me asking? Oh, not asking someone. Yeah, that's asking someone, right? Talk to the case participant. Wait, what? Hey, Yama, how you doing? Welcome in. University. Born. Wait.
Have you found anything helpful?
Yama, Yama. Oh, right here. Low.
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
Observe. No time to shave. That's Vivi. No sleep last night. Red eye. Nervous metal. Never remove. And the crouches. Is there a new... Oh, AC? Nice. Oh, the odor of the bath. The man is proud of it and never take it off. The red stain indicates that he recently drank wine.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
You blame yourself for what you did. Won't be any good unless you confess to me, so I'll try to be polite.
What sort of did are we talking about? Are you from the press?
I'm here because of Naylor.
Who?
You don't remember her name.
Lad, if you won't tell me where you came, I'll call for someone here to sort you out, if you get my meaning.
Send you to Jesus.
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper.
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter? What kind of sum are we talking about?
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery, not my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
Well, it appears that more and more people in the city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it? You're in the clutches of justice, and very soon they will squeeze you. It's in your best interest to cooperate.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr...
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more.
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault?
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position. Yet, here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes. And I'm no exception.
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio.
Well, him, yes, I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt. Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my
Sherlock Holmes.
decision.
Sherlock Holmes.
All right, I can do that.
Masturbating deductionist.
So,
Yes.
will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all. Naylor deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the
Oh.
girl. I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through.
Wow.
Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think
So
you can
see-
decide what's best for these people?
Thank you so much for 60 months. That's crazy. It might have been 5 years. 5 years. How you doing, Sophie?
Me, 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 me.
Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Way too thick. Wait, is that a new emo? Too hot, I know, like starting today. California finally hitting 90s. Oh, at least my area. Shout out to Soci. I was content warning. Monsters. What is the monster called? Monsters. Toxic. It's pretty fun, but with the right group, nice. The Lethal Company. I actually have Lethal Company now. Just saying. I have Lethal Company. But I don't have the mod. Let's play. Yes. I don't have the mod though. If you major update. A hopping update. Oh my god, this is so gruesome. created that? So scary. And then Yama. Play. Let me know. We will play. Campfire. What have you done, Yama? Make everything public. Oh, I don't want to do that, but tribulation by outrage. What would you guys do? Merciless justice. The envoy is despicable in Bernardotti. He's trying to take advantage of the situation. I cannot try to edit out there. What do Sherlock do? Well, Sherlock usually would be more he definitely would not help the blackmailing. And then if he would believe the envoy is sincere enough, he would be willing to have it make amend. I would definitely not do that one. But then the thing is, you have to put in account of this specific person being violated and nearly kidnapped. But then it wouldn't. He also say he's not the person did it. Or we can use this tragedy and use this as a leverage to help the whole refugee situation. What do you guys think? A little evil for greater good, or condemn them to hell regardless what they did? Give them no chance to redemption. I would definitely not gonna give it to this person. But he's the one probably did the killing because he's trying to get evidence for him to cave in and then consider blackmailing, and that's how the corruption started. And if we can put the stop of this nonsense, right? If we could actually create something that's because there's nothing we can do because the violations already happened. This despicable acts already happened. It's not saying that we are forgiving them, and I feel like this is instead of having him burned to hell. I feel like that expression is a little bad, but instead of having him burned for what he had done, he could use his time and power and his to amend. I won't lose sleep overnight because I think about something similar as this before. Because this is what we as a society, right? We all there's always something needs fixing, and there's always issues arising, and then how we come to a better solution for what it is good, not in the consideration of what has been, what has been lost, and we don't discount the loss, but at the same time we would be able to do something in a long run of fixing the overall sense of problem. Whatever you say, you must. Well, that's the thing, right? This is a lot of social dilemma. Let's say I did that, I want an envoy. Even though the envoy, he assuming whatever he say is true, right? And then we want him to pay for what he does. Then we were just like, okay, let's just go public with everything, which is true, right? The public needs the truth. You cannot hide the truth forever. But then, how sure are we the next person that comes in will be better? And well, sure, there's a chance of having a better person that's in power. And then we technically, this guy, I won't even consider this guy at all. This really bastard. So now the question is whether we want to keep Envoy, who believed that he was being framed at a party. Thoughts? Vivi, what do you think? That's why it's always one way or the other. There's never a third. Well, they tend to give me 4 choices. One, to public everything, have him and the businessman suffer in the same level of consequences, or give him the photograph, and then help everyone solving the whole refugee situation, and then forsake what has been done to that one person, and or give it to the guy and then have him blackmail him and then have the corruption run wild, or you know, I think that's only 3 options. So either way, so this guy, right? The envoy. Anyone? Any thoughts? I kind of wish there's a voting system. I want to do what I believe to be best.
Have you thought it all through?
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh, I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Naylor.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
But at the same time, I don't know if that's a good choice, because if you are forsaking one person just for the... fuck me. I think at that point, at that moment, it's best to... There's the greatest theme, it's... I'm looking at the greater theme here. It's a Granton theme here. I think I made the possible choice. I think this way, it's one step closer to solving the real issue. And I think for justice for her, I don't know. This is such a I don't know, like I keep talking my way out, and then of course the way I was thinking, it's bad because I've forsaken one person who shouldn't be sacrifice anybody to get to this. But in this situation, it happened, and she's part of. The reason why she was being manipulated and violated is because of this whole grand themes of problem. So if we just only solving this one small problem of this grandest theme of problem, then we never really solve the issue. We just have more victims if we don't fix the real problem. So I feel like this is probably the best solution to fix the real problem. Therefore, we no longer have any more victims like Nella. I think that's why I think it's the best choice. Oh my goodness.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio, perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Ha! He's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then. What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important, after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
Previously you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine. And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Ah, fuck. That's annoying. Ugh, man. Just, we only have that part. We could have finished it last time. I didn't know we were that short. 30 minutes on that last part of the quest. So yeah. Solving, recognizing the issues is important. Also, solving the issues that can prevent further problem. I think that's also quite important too. I think I'm satisfied with my answer, my conclusion there. So I don't know what you guys think.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Estevaux, happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Gordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
You have my attention, Mr. Estevaux.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed. Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of no small importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
What about the status quo?
The Ottoman population holds a certain animosity towards the colonial rule. It's been this way since we took over the island. General Ridley made concessions with their leaders, but I'm afraid we are still teetering on the edge of open hostility.
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retrieve the blackmail material?
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Mark Ridley is meeting the blackmailer atop the old city bridge tower. You shall observe from a distance, then establish the blackmailer's identity. Do not attempt to arrest him. We'll handle it from there.
Saving the best for yourself? Fine.
There's a cafe just over the bridge that provides a good vantage point. Please report to me when you are done. I'll be waiting for you here, and remember, discretion is of the essence.
So time is of the essence. Front door of my manor. Oh, right here.
Just look at this thing. It's huge.
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
Mermaid. A mermaid or merman. I wanted to be believed to be a merman.
Did you just remember something?
Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare you?
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything. I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
What about the discretion is the essence? Just throw me this quest. Should I continue with the story or should I do a case? I feel like I should do a case here. Should I continue the story? Western side of Old City Bridge. Okay. Old City. Old City Bridge. Primrose Cafe at the west side of the Old City Bridge will be a good advantage also. It's in.
And then right next to the Katniss Cafe.
Huh?
How about that?
What cafe?
Like Katniss. There one's Primrose Cafe and then Katniss Cafe.
Is that supposed to be Hungry Game? Hunger Game?
Kuku no Kikechukcho.
No, I don't really know. Wait, what about Primrose and Katniss?
Primrose
Hunger
is
Game.
was Katniss's sister.
Oh.
Primrose Everdeen. Wow.
See, I don't remember minor characters. Okay, west. Oh, Primrose Cafe. Okay.
Here, grab a seat.
You even brought a book, huh?
May I have... Same as always.
You just don't give up, do you?
Oh, come on, let's get closer. Can't see anything from here.
No, too early.
So we're just going to sit here all day?
Patience, John. I have a feeling this is more than simple blackmail. We'll be close when the blackmailer leaves, and then...
Go!
Rip. Dead. Excuse me.
Oh, not a pretty sight, this.
Oh, what Cuckoo looks like when he sleeps.
Gravity is cruel like that.
Wow. So you're saying he's sleeping?
A rather frivolous accessory for a military man.
Mm-hmm. Eternal sleeping.
Now.
Oh, the tum-tum.
He was stabbed several times before he fell. The shape of the wounds suggest a curved blade. The knife is missing.
Key.
A key, and where there's a key, there's a lock.
Wow.
It's almost like he's dancing.
Dancing the dance macabre.
No signs of life, no pulse. I'm declaring Corporal Ridley dead.
Please move along. The police are on their way. Everything's under control.
Is it now? The General's own son has fallen out of the tower, and not without help, it seems. I need to inspect the scene, and quickly.
The corporal? He ordered me not to let anyone inside without telling him. But now... Wait, are you saying it's a murder?
A brief examination of the body was enough for me to conclude that he was murdered by a blade of Ottoman origin.
You can't possibly be so certain.
Oh, I can be. The corporal suffered deep stab wounds which were inflicted with great force. They were made by a knife meant for cutting, not stabbing. A curved blade, such as an Ottoman jambir or a Gurkha kukri. I haven't seen any Gurkhas on the island, so the conclusion is quite obvious.
Amazing. You do seem more than competent. All right, go in. I'll wait here for the police.
Did you see anything suspicious?
No, sir, nothing. Corporal Ridley had to attend to some private matters upstairs. No one went in, no one came out. Oh, but that means the killer is still inside. Are you sure you want to go in alone?
I'm not alone. I have my friend with me.
Your friend? You mean your gun? There's no one at...
Never mind, I'll be fine.
Wow.
The killer's gone. Vanished into thin air.
This blade is a naval officer's dirk, sharp and well cared for. The edge is covered with blood, but the tip is clean.
So the person got knifed. It's defensive. There's a knife fight.
Exactly 100 mangears. The killer didn't touch them.
Assassination. SS.
This cigarette is still smouldering.
Oh, he was hiding inside the thing.
Can you smell the body odor, John? Someone's been hiding in here. Someone sweaty.
Unless it's a laundry chest. But then it's a different mystery altogether. The case of the vanishing sweaty pantaloons.
Oh, either zip down there or zip downward. I think that's pretty straightforward.
Ridley was attacked by his blackmailer, but before being pushed out the window, Ridley managed to wound him. The killer must still be bleeding. This cigarette is still smouldering.
There's a nice view from here, don't you think?
So what happened? Was there anyone upstairs?
No, the killer escaped. We're dealing with a carefully planned assassination. What can you tell me about the deceased?
We were from the same unit, stationed together at the barracks by the bridge, but I can't say I knew him well. Maybe someone at the barracks could tell you more.
Do you know if the corporal had any enemies? Someone who would want him dead?
No, none that I know of. But then again, there's always the Ottomans. They'd want all of us soldiers dead, I reckon.
That was a rough landing. That was a rough landing. That was a rough landing. Is this familiar to you?
I don't know, my friend. Perhaps someone else knows?
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't know, my friend. Perhaps someone else knows?
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
What's happened?
I hope the police find the murderer.
I'm on guard, Sherry, so don't worry.
Are you able to help me?
I have no idea, I'm sorry.
What's happened? Oh, who is it? What's happened?
Yeah, I am there already.
That was a rough landing.
Wow. Amazing, right?
Disturbing is more like it.
But he climbed up.
Do you know anything about this?
Don't annoy me with your stories.
Is this familiar to you?
Don't annoy me with your stories.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Oh, this is weird. Oh, that's...
That was a rough landing.
Don't tell me I cannot solve this unless I did that story first.
I hope the police find the murderer.
I'm confused right now.
Come on, let's take the rope down.
I'd rather take the stairs.
Ah, what a bore.
That was a rough landing.
Oh my god, did the game just bugged out? Yeah, where am I?
That was a rough landing.
The barracks are off limit to civilians. The barracks are off limit to civilians. That pillar is a damn eyesore. Not for the general. That pillar is a damn...
Got to fall back, Sherlock. I think they're suspicious. Or they were checking you out.
That pillar is a damn...
Could you help me?
It's a shame I can't answer your question.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I will be glad to help, but I can't.
Everyone's looking at us, Sheriff. You sure you know what you're doing?
Could you help me?
I have nothing to tell you, sorry.
That was a rough landing.
Okay, I probably need the outfit.
Don't pass by. Let's pick something that suits you. A good choice. A good choice indeed.
You aren't here to relieve me from duty, are you? Oh well.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Ah, I know this, yeah. Let me help you.
Meeting the what?
Ridley's blood is on Ottoman hands. I just know.
Disobedience.
Ridley's blood.
Ah, fuck. I'm terrible at this.
Ridley's blood is on.
Oh, not further. Gracious, disobedient general will talk.
Ridley's blood.
Nice. A room after my own heart.
A little austere for my taste. There are scratches on the floor. The locker being the son of a general must be difficult. Rise all the way to the top. Make me proud, son.
Me proud.
Two tickets to London. Would have been a very different ending for the corporal's story. That's quite a hefty sum. Enough to start a new life.
Oh wow.
You aren't here to relieve me from duty, are you?
That was a rough landing. That was a rough landing. That was a rough landing.
I feel like it's probably bugged out. I'll just have to.
Don't miss out on... Let's pick something that suits you. A good choice. A good choice. choice indeed. Let's pick something that suits you. A good choice. A good choice indeed.
Use the entrance with no eagle over it. Is where. Alright, we are actually gonna take a quick break right here. And when we are back, we will continue on solving this case. Okay, back. So I see. Thank you, Yama. I see why.
Doubt that this eagle is purely ornamental. Aha! A curved knife covered in fresh blood. There we go.
Careful, Sherry. Locals aren't too happy with what you're doing.
I'd better leave the knife here.
Infidel!
Now is a bad time to ruffle any feathers.
It's sacred!
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
There is something I can share with you
Last
about
time, why I'm basking in my new air conditioning. Nice. Old City Market. Old City.
Another knife.
Keep walking, stranger.
Nice. I just have my air purifier on right now. For some reason, I have this running nose.
Oh, cause too hot for cuckoo.
I know.
My love, oh, I'm so... Who are you? Where's Mark? Answer me or I'll call for help.
You will do no such thing, Jalen. We both know it.
How do you know my name? And why are you wearing this scarf? What has happened?
A flood of questions, but I only have one answer. Mark Ridley is dead.
No. This cannot be. You're lying. Tell me you're lying.
Keep your voice down, miss. I don't have time for a lady's hysterics. Mark has been murdered, and I believe that the murderer is part of this house.
No. It was a secret. We
power.
were meeting. We were... How could anyone find out?
The truth always comes out one way or another, but enough of this. Tell me, have you seen anything suspicious here?
No, I heard the servants talking about blood near the main entrance, but I didn't think... This is too much for me. I can't.
Why did you have to be so mean to her?
I wasn't mean. Now is not the time for pity.
Is that you or your reptilian brain talking?
A reptilian brain.
bloody trail. Let's see where it leads. A pile of fresh clothes. How convenient. All soaked in blood. Well, a fresh shirt is as good a lead as any.
So, think you can identify the killer on the first try?
Huh. Do you doubt me?
Wounded. Dirty clothes. I think that's it, eh? All these 4 people in the area. My first try would be this guy. Before I really give my first try. Missing sword, isn't it? Look, the crouch.
What are you staring at, you crazy woman?
So, here you are. The wounded eagle in its eyrie.
What the hell? An Englishman here? Why are you wearing a dress?
I hate to interrupt you while you're struggling with your conscience. Perhaps you ought to have made peace with it before doing the deed.
My conscience is perfectly clear, Britt. Do you have any idea who you're talking to?
Indeed I do. You are the obedient son of this house. Obedient and wounded. But let me explain.
I am Osai, son of Hassan. You are on my father's property, and you better stop all this jabbering nonsense.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I have every reason to believe that you were involved in the murder of Mark Ridley.
Are you accusing
like
me?
Liam Neeson? No.
That's right, I am. I recovered the murder weapon. It bears an eagle crest, the same crest that is so proudly displayed within your house.
And a proud house we are. My father speaks for all Ottomans on this island, remember that.
Regrettably, I fail to detect much pride in the callow way you ambushed the corporal.
What are you saying? What's all this pickled cabbage?
Oh, whoops.
I'm saying, please pardon the metaphor, he was a fishbone that became lodged in your throat. You had a strong motive to see him dead.
No.
Let me think about it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, who's Cuckoo gonna accuse, huh?
Have you completely lost your goats? This is crazy.
Ha! Certainly. Let me think about it.
Oh, this?
That's right, I am.
And a proud... What are you saying?
Let me think about it.
Okay, the sword is one of them.
That's right.
What are you saying?
No. Probably this one. This people.
Let me think. That's right, I am.
What are you...
No.
That's right, I am. It couldn't have been very comfortable for you inside that chest, waiting to catch the corporal off guard. Couldn't you find a better place to hide?
You're a fine one to talk of tactics. You're dressed as a woman.
If you'll pardon the metaphor, he was a fishbone that became lodged in your throat. You had a strong motive to see him dead.
All right, that's enough. First, you sneak into my house.
Ah, fail. No, that's autosave. Not manual save. I'm so bad at it. My dear wanton. You actually never really say that.
What do you...
I know it's this too. Not the blackmail.
Have you...
No.
Have you...
Have... Certainly. Let...
Have you...
Just gotta try every evidence.
Have you...
Let me think about it.
Have you... It could...
Okay, blackmail nurse. Okay.
Let me... That's right, I am. I recovered the murder weapon. It bears an... It couldn't have been very comfortable for you inside that chair. If you're...
All right, that's enough.
Wait, what? Why is it wrong? That's fucked up. Elementary deal also, you just have to walk around and nip and exactly.
What are you staring... Huh? Did you want...
Okay, I want to see what's the difference.
Have you completely lost...
Wait, why is this wrong?
What are you...
Let me think about it. That's right, I am.
What are you... Have you
It couldn't have been...
Wait.
Let me...
Have you come?
Let me think about it. That's right, I am. It couldn't have been very comfortable for you inside that chest, waiting to catch the corporal off guard. Couldn't...
You're a...
If you'll pardon the metaphor.
All right. First...
Wait. Am I missing something? Ah, really? What did I miss? I need to give him 3 evidence.
Oh, what did you do?
Oh, victim's profile, okay. Wow, this is kind of weird. Oh, what happened to the... So I need to accuse in a specific manner.
Here you are.
I am Osai.
So, victim's profile.
That's right, I am. I recovered the murder weapon. It bears an eagle crest, the same crest that is so proudly displayed within your house.
And a proud house we are. My father speaks for all Ottomans on...
Regret. It couldn't have been very comfortable for you inside that chest.
You're a fine one to talk of tactics. You're dressed as a woman.
If you'll pardon the metaphor, he was a fishbone that became lodged in your throat. You had a strong motive to see him dead. At the heart of this crime is a woman, Jalen. I wonder who she might be to you. Your wife? Unlikely. Your sister?
Enough! Don't you dare say a word about my sister. It was he who led her to sin. That son of a dog, Mark Ridley. He spat on our traditions and brought shame to our family. His father promised us peace, but I knew how it would be. You feed the crow, it tears your eyes out.
So you risked the peace to right your honor?
I had no other choice. Not that you'd understand, Brit.
You...
First you sneak into my house, and now this? We'll put you down like the rabid dog you are.
Achievement!
I'm coming.
No more crime for you until next month. Too simple. No more crime for you.
The snuff's ready.
I'm coming for you. I couldn't miss the party.
Give him the pepper snuff. Too simple. The snuff's ready.
Cuckoo's so good at this now.
No more.
They don't want
Give
you
them
to
the pepper
kill.
snuff.
I thought we were...
Yeah, try to run. It won't let me run.
Wow, Cuckoo almost died now.
I couldn't miss the party. Just die!
Oh, what? Why can I move? Very annoying.
Take a rest, my friend.
Sometimes I get deadlocked.
It's time for you to go to prison, Azai. Come with me, and let's do so peacefully this time.
You'll regret this, Brit.
But I thought I'd get achievement for this. Yes, take matter into my own hand.
Mr. Holmes, I am in no position to reprimand you, but you should know that your unwarranted intervention will cost us dearly.
I did what I had to do. The killer was brought to justice.
I didn't expect you to be so narrow-minded. You have undermined your brother's efforts, and now we will have to face the consequences.
Such is the price of law and order, Mr. Estevo. Everyone must be held accountable for their actions.
Law and order? You are clearly oblivious of the bigger picture, Mr. Holmes. There is no point in us discussing it further. I bid you good day.
You did everything right, Sherry, no matter what Mycroft or his henchmen will say.
Did you hear, Basil?
Wait, I didn't get achievement for that. I thought I got everything, used everything correctly. Where's my achievement? Yeah, boo! Freak! Our leader, fearless leader. Well, should have bothered me when I was, you know. For the achievement's sake, that's what it like they want me to do, right? Disappoint Minecraft and then find them guilty. But I did that, but I still didn't get the guilty achievement for some reason. Line-sided and iron coffin. Oh, is that why I didn't get it? I didn't even have those quests though. This running no business killing me.
I remember returning home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something huge in the main hall.
Oh wow, really?
It was a giant aquarium with a living mermaid in it.
Impossible, it must have been something else. Oh, of course, that mortifying hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Well, fine. Your memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately. And someone else was around too.
It was my mother. She asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating and holding something in your hand.
I inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm it was made of two different skeletons. The mermaid was a fake.
And so it was time to smash the thing. Your mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John. That's not how it happened. I remember other people joined us. The workers took the artifact and placed it into the cabinet of curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the details. This mermaid helped me to learn that.
Wait, which room is this? My room. Mother's room.
Ah yes, my mother's studio. She was an authenticator and this was her cabinet of curiosities. Mother said this was among the hunting trophies of a Scottish Viscount.
Artifact is real or not. So he tried to persuade everyone that his forest was inhabited by these beasts. It would have been thrilling if it were actually true.
One of the most ridiculous fakes I ever saw. Its owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable.
Wow.
I remember this cozy blanket. It was perfect for...
Wigwam! Oh, that was a joy to build them. Imagining ourselves as wayfarers on the other side of the world.
Watkinson and Holman, Chapter 1, by Wallace D. Oram.
Oh, Watkinson and Holman.
You always act so serious, but then reads tripe like this.
John, if I remember correctly, you couldn't put this book down.
A poke found out the Watson and Holmes, yeah?
Another fake Holy Grail. Its owner claimed to be the heir of King Arthur. Scarcely believable. He also insisted a deadly rabbit was hunting him. The full plate armour of Sir Robert Swanford. I was told my father won it in a wager.
Armour is armour, but look at his sword. Oh, how badly I wanted to wield the blade. Maybe you take it instead of your pistol.
Imagine. Oh.
Clearly, it was deliberately torn. I wonder why someone would do that. The Tulpa, Studies in Tibetan Mentalism. An impressive number of bookmarks. Someone was rather obsessed with this subject.
What? So Mrs. Holmes is a patient of considerable interest and an ideal test subject to explore some of Richard's Otto's theory. Attempt to repeatedly immerse her in the traumatic situation and precipitate her mental illness. Wow, he's experimenting on her. Very afraid Joel. Idea, bro. You seriously right? Otto's brother. Laws.
And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course. Vikings never had horns on their helmets.
Oh, they never had horn on their helmet?
The so-called mummy of a Persian princess. The defrauders did good work, but missed one small detail. It's the mummy of a man.
Wow.
Look, it's Roger. This jolly old man's well preserved. Even looks refreshed.
I doubt he drew much interest at the auction.
That's for the best. I'd be upset if he fell into the wrong hands.
1852, Bingley, West Yorkshire. This photo caused a lot of fuss. My mother spent some time to prove it was a fake. So many calling cards. Mycroft liked to keep useful people at hand. Reliable and driven. I recognize Mycroft's handwriting. Officer Luciano J. Placido. This drawer was always closed. Only Mycroft knew how to open it.
I remember we tried to break it open and spy on him, but alas, had no success. Maybe today's the day. Ah, Sherry.
Carefully opened. Dated 24th of April, 1869. I'm starting to remember something. Oh, I remember these. We used them to spar together until Mycroft found out and forbade us from using real weapons.
It's a pity how many amazing things are missing from this room.
Mine Palace. Oh wow, what happened here?
Ah, the memory comes back. We snuck about watching him.
He closed the drawer and went to the hall. We were like two shadows crawling behind him.
Then he threw some logs into the fire and sat in his armchair to read.
It's as boring now as it was then. I'm sorry, Sherry, but I think that's it.
Wait, John, we never use the fireplace in the mornings. What if... A bit of juniper in the fireplace created a soothing atmosphere. It's the little things, isn't it? I think this is what we're looking for.
We made it. So what's there?
The bottle?
Single malt whiskey, Mycroft's favourite. Gifted by Queen Victoria herself.
Ooh.
Otto Richter. This one is rather thick. Mycroft can be truly dogged in his research.
Don't use the word clouds anymore, right?
Dossiers on the most influential people on Cordona. Mycroft always had a habit of building files on everyone he met. I used this ladder to look at the top shelf, right? On the day of Mother's breakdown upstairs.
Right you are, Sherry.
We heard a noise. I can't recall of exactly what, and we didn't have a great view from behind the statue. Books and papers from the table somehow ended up on the floor. Now it's coming to the surface. I feel it.
Oh wow. Wait, what?
One of the most ridiculous fakes I ever saw. Its owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable.
How did I exit out? Didn't even press E.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Wow.
Come on, Sherry. Let's go outside. Wait. Did you hear that? Come here, Sherry.
You call this progress? Charlatan, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
So there was a quarrel between them.
Oh, someone's here.
I heard a noise in the hall. Let's check it out. Sherry, look! We've got a parcel here. Hurry up and let's see what's inside. An invitation that comes with a mask. We can't miss this, Sherry.
Sacrificial lamb. Wardrobe. Oh my goodness. So crazy. One of those coats. Okay, where am I supposed to go? Northern Grants. Is it this one?
That was the third.
Trophy houses, magical performance. Not safe at home.
That was the third.
Burger. Burger.
That was the third in a row. And
Guillaume a choke. So that's the Abbey, right? Oh, this is the mansion, yeah? Alright, Sacrificial Lamb. We'll be back. Hey, Japan back Panther, how you doing? Unchi. Unchi?
May I ask for your assistance?
I'm so sorry. I can't help you, sir.
Welcome, sir. I do hope you enjoy yourself.
Enjoy the evening, sir. There is still plenty of time before the grand finale.
All right.
Yeah, break time and yes. And watch it, and then continue on with solving murder. Most importantly, finding out who killed his mother. And now this mysterious artist keep inviting Sherlock Holmes to this weird stuff.
What if I write an article about these people here? Can you help me gather information about Cordona's elite? My goodness, Sherlock, they made a blood fountain.
No, John, it's definitely not blood, just wine. The whores, at a guess?
Curtains do not guarantee privacy.
And you still need a crack, despite being ethereal. Well-known and recent plays to keep up to date with the current trends. Codex Orchis. Why does this occult book sound like a flower? Romantic poetry and prose. Someone's in touch with their feelings.
Feeling.
Sherlock! Friend! I wasn't sure you'd come.
How do you know it's Sherlock?
I see you are not yourself.
The more time you spend here in Cordona, the more I feel it my duty to bring you into our world and show you all we have to offer.
And what is on offer today?
Pleasure, indulgence, relief, and relaxation. You've earned some time for yourself, have you not?
Those who know me would say I'm incapable of it.
Nonsense. I refuse to believe there is anyone permitted to know Sherlock Holmes.
Huh. You may be right.
Then free yourself from inhibition and expectation. The night is young, and so are the guests. You should try to enjoy both. It's not healthy for handsome men to spend every night alone, and certainly not in a house filled with such melancholic memories.
I must admit, my travels have proven more taxing than expected. I'm less confident in my life and myself. Time of relaxation seems a distant dream.
So can I tempt you with a physical aid to your moral consolations? There's wine, of course, and something to smoke, or perhaps an artificial paradise? Yes, something more spiritual, a potentiator to sharpen the mind. A 7% solution of, well, that'd be telling, but you must try it.
My mind is my most valuable asset, and a finely tuned instrument I will not risk impeding its function. My ultimate duty is to provide the world with truth, and I do that perfectly well as is.
Duty? You've never cared about that before.
Of course I do. Exposing a lie, revealing a fact, that is a moral responsibility.
That's not morality. Morals are what happens afterwards when truth collides with consequence. Do you ever follow up on cases you solved? Do you ever see what happened next, visit the victims, ensure justice is served in the courts? And how do you choose where to direct your attention? Are there not deserving causes to which your brilliance could be applied but isn't?
You ascribe me more power than I possess. I have a narrow skill set and work within that mandate. What occurs afterward is irrelevant.
With every action or inaction, you place a finger on the scales of morality. Many in the city would see you as abdicating your responsibility.
I haven't.
Not me, of course. Morality is subjective, just like truth. There is little to be gained from indulging in it, and far better things to indulge in. Now I must insist on easing any burdens I've placed upon your shoulders. Show yourself a kindness, and try this rather delectable concoction.
If this solution truly does assist with thinking, then well, perhaps it would be puerile to overlook an opportunity to study it. I'll take it with me.
Yes, Sherlock. Very good. And now, our evening begins in earnest. I just remembered. I'm sorry, Sherlock. My mind's delightfully impaired. Please take this key. It opens the altar room, past the library.
Pardon? Altar room? What now, Werner?
Go quickly and find our Fabio. Only you can make him talk. I'll join you in a minute.
Okay, where are we going? The Abbey? Altar room.
Honey, you feeling lonely? I'll be your friend.
You should sit next to me and wait to be served.
You have such pretty hands. What can you do with them?
Nancho's had to enforce the masks after the scandal.
Oh wow.
Nancho's had to...
Oh, Cuckoo's like overreading.
Big.
It was like no one wearing Speedo.
Yes. Which need to do that tomorrow.
Nancho's had to enforce...
Wow.
That's what I like about this party. Bring me more dirt, Sherry. One more piece, and I can expose these base hedonists.
You know what was here before. You know what was here.
Oh.
I was being very stealthy, Sherlock, and you threw it all away. Come on, pull yourself together.
You know what was here.
Magic, there we go.
I'll pin them down with this scoop. Thank you, Sherlock.
Hey. Oh wait, this is the front door? Rip. Excuse me? Uh-oh. Now he's gotta get framed for murder.
My God. Was he here this whole time?
The sign reminds me of the astrological symbol for Mars. This one looks like a twisted symbol of Venus, drawn in a hurry. This oil, the ointment smell. This oil has a slight aroma. The herbs here are Salvia divinorum. They have a slight hallucinogenic effect to emphasize the ceremony. This elaborate box must be for the ritual dagger. A blunt force trauma may have suffered an internal hemorrhage. This golden handle has a bloodstain on it. This golden handle has a bloodstain on it. The dagger is heavy and sharp, but lacks balance. This worm-like sigil has been drawn with his own blood. The victim has clenched the fabric so firmly in his fist that it's nigh impossible to remove it. This crude tattoo partially covers a slave branding. The wound is deep. A precise strike reached the heart. He died right here.
Oh, wow.
Enough cigars to burn down the entire mansion. An open wound spoiled the carpet. Blood. A sturdy bottle met a not-so-sturdy human. It didn't break only because it was unopened.
Oh.
Why don't people tidy up after themselves?
What about a quick pillow fight? What about a quick pillow fight?
Werner, care to explain what is going on here?
On nights like these, it's not unusual for some attendees to get a little exuberant. It's part of the appeal. Unfortunately, it appears things have gotten out of hand. Yes, some are more prone to bend the rules of morality.
That's murder. I doubt there's anything left to bend. Why did you not tell me immediately? We were chatting about trivial matters for some time.
If I'm completely honest, Sherlock, I've consumed a rather potent cocktail of substances. My attention slips and drifts. But I'm glad I thought to call for you.
You sent me a disguise.
Oh dear, did I? Well, since I found the body, Mr. Manchios has agreed that you can investigate the matter. I promise my mind will behave itself going forward.
All right, pull yourself together, Werner. What is it about these nights that you are so eager to share with me?
Well, they're not always in the evenings, but they are in the shadows. People gather to test their boundaries in a safe and consensual atmosphere. Often with more stains than your typical crime scene. But that is the point. Who are we to judge?
I suppose that's fair. What about today, then? Was anything different?
Well, I was invited as a special guest. It was supposed to be a time of both divine and carnal pleasures. A scratch for every unconventional itch.
I imagine you're reeling from your shattered expectations.
On the contrary, there is still spectacle, stimulation, and release, merely in a different form. I like to let life entertain me.
Or death. Mr. Manchios is the owner of the manor, yes?
And the host of Cordona's most memorable parties. He promises even the ugliest guest a partner for the night. And for the ones with more unconventional tastes, Mr. Manchios provides other services.
What a caring person.
You cannot begin to imagine.
How did you discover the body? In between guzzles of alcohol?
I was set to perform in a fecundity rite with Fabio and came to inquire further. It was a staged ritual where he was to play the principle of life.
And the rehearsal was unsuccessful?
Who knows? I found him alone on the altar, his blood dripping to the floor.
And then?
Then I called Mr. Manchios. He was panicking, so I told him about you. We left the room and locked the door. Then we were...
Filling time?
Waiting for you was stressful. We indulged in some simple comforts. Overindulged, perhaps.
Were you well acquainted with Fabio, the victim?
Everyone knew Fabio, or wanted to. His beauty was the talk of the island. Too handsome to go unnoticed. He was magnetic. Fat wallets fought for the privilege of having him. He offered the pleasures of performance, and more.
What about the fertility ritual? There was something about Fabio being a principle of life.
Fabio was supposed to portray the beauty of life's origin. Flowers, oil... Not this travesty that seems straight out the Inquisition.
So this ritual is not the fertility rite. What was it meant to look like?
It begins with a woman lying naked in a flower bed on the altar. She represents Gaia, the earth. As I cover her in oils, we chant for the principle.
Wow.
As our calls reach a climax, Fabio enters and copulates with her. After he finishes, I stab her with a dagger. That part's just pretend, of course.
But the intercourse is not?
I did not expect you to be such a prude. Are you a virgin? It is nothing to be ashamed of, but it would explain the color of your cheeks. The fertility rite marks the start of our festivities. The principle of life is beautiful, intimate, essential. It must not be stopped.
Yet it appears that someone did stop it. What about the naked woman? Can you tell me anything about her?
Oh yes, Matista. She's one of Fabio's compatriots and a performer too. I haven't seen her today, actually.
When you discovered the body, was the door open?
No, it was locked. Oh, that reminds me. It's a minor detail, but the first time I came to speak to Fabio, I left without entering, having been unable to open the door.
You didn't have the key?
No, I had it. Don't look at me like that. I was mostly sober. I suspect there was a key in the other side of the door, blocking the lock.
That detail may very well be major, Werner. Well done. So you returned later only to find the lock was not blocked?
Correct. After an hour had passed, I tried again and was able to unlock the door. That's when I discovered poor, handsome Fabio.
The police remain unaware of this tragic event?
Some of them may be hiding behind their masks. They conceal many things. But we didn't want the authorities to create more problems. Besides, after a few cocktails, their incompetence will have soared to new heights.
How do you know I even want the case?
I promised you relaxation. If there's one thing I know about you, Sherlock, it's that nothing soothes you more than a good mystery.
Oh, he definitely has a thing for Sherlock.
A person leaned against the doorframe. They left a smudged trail of blood.
Wow, really? How rude.
A bloody handprint on an arm. The wounded person was here for some time. There appear to be no further traces leading to the altar.
got a lot to do, Sherlock.
Oh, there. The door here.
Props, decorations, and tools for a more detailed set. Handcrafted and luxurious cufflinks. There's also a note. For my Fabio, Manchos.
Would you recognize me in one of these? I suppose not.
The key is similar to the one that Vogel gave me. The capital F on the key fob might refer to Fabio.
Wow.
This is a different ritual.
How can anyone accept such behavior?
A useful tool for a disguise arsenal. The pitcher is empty, but with puddles around it. Blood clots are adhered to the sides of the drain. Identical to the robes the guests are wearing. Props, decorations, and tools for a more detailed set. Similar to the guests' robes, apart from the bloodstains.
So, Sherry, do you have any ideas about the case?
Perhaps. I think I can deduce what happened here.
Use.
You're not even trying, Sherry.
Wow.
Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
What? Why is it not right?
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Oh,
the bottle
what?
was used as a weapon during a scuffle in the smoking lounge. Then, to ensure no one would interrupt, the murderer locked the door. The unconscious body of the victim was moved to the altar room. Once the body was on the altar, the murderer thrust the dagger into the victim's heart. Symbols were drawn with the blood. The wardrobe was used to hide the bloodied robe from anyone's eyes. The killer washed himself and took a clean robe from the hanger before leaving.
Are you all right? You're on the floor, not moving.
I think I know what happened here.
Wow.
I'm starting to put the pieces together.
Fabio was stabbed.
I see nothing gets past you, Werner. Yes, he was stabbed, but only after being knocked out in the next room and placed here. I do not yet know why.
So, who's responsible?
Well, it was one person working alone, and the murderer has now donned a robe. He or she could be hiding in plain sight. We have lost time, Werner, but your discretion may prove to be a benediction after all.
I can't follow you here.
The murderer had to have access to this room. After the crime, he used his own key to lock the door. So, who had the key to the altar room?
I'm not sure. As a special guest, I was provided one by Mr. Manchios. He should be able to tell you of any others.
Where can I find him?
Most likely in the main hall, entertaining his guests. He has a mask with golden stars. You can't miss him. But please be discreet. We don't want to risk disturbing the revelry. I know you can untangle this mess.
Kurt Manchios, I presume. I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, you must be the one Werner told me about. What a sweet voice you have. It must belong to a handsome young man. Can I call you Sherlock?
Oh.
As you wish, Mr. Manchios. Mr. Vogel asked me to help you. The body in the altar room requires answers, and quickly. I suspect the murderer to still be here.
What? Lower your voice. I don't want anyone to hear us.
Did you know Fabio well?
People are starting to look at us, Sherlock. Change the subject. I can't believe what happened to him. To me. Such an atrocity. Think what it means for me. A wonderful evening for so many good, influential, and rich people has been ruined. I have betrayed all my promises of exotic delights.
I don't understand. Surely a murder would affect your reputation to a greater extent.
Please, isn't this why you are here? I thought you were a silent magician. Do your tricks and make it go away.
I need to find all those who had the key to the altar room. As far as I know, Mr. Vogel, Fabio, and you had access to it. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes. Also, Matista and Santos.
Santos? Who is that?
Santos Pinchetti, my major domo. In his opinion, at least.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Pinchetti and Matista. Do you have somewhere I might have a private conversation with them?
Of course, of course. Let me think. Matista is entertaining the guests somewhere, and Santos... Oh, yes. He will be busy with the servants. Or the cook. What's that noise? What's going on?
Uh-oh.
Please, filth. You're under arrest.
Uh-oh. What happened with... Oh, the police say. Wait, what is that? Wait, he's not resisting arrest. Why are you guys kicking the... Wow. He just sitting there and watch. Oh no, I'm arrested.
Committed a crime, and now I have to free you, kiss your hand, and apologize for the inconvenience. Your Grace.
I did tell you that Mr. Vogel and I were innocent. I emphasized it in my statement.
Your statement? Thanks to some bigwigs who work for the so-called good of the country by releasing fleas like you. Thank God we have Vogel in this letter. Once I get to that goldfish, I'll...
Bigwig? Oh, my wretched brother Mycroft and his long nose.
Wait, did you say Mycroft? Mycroft Holmes? Are you the youngest son of Violet Holmes, rest her soul?
You knew my mother?
Not personally, no. Not exactly. I was working on the paperwork for that case.
Would you happen to remember anything of the events?
Well, I didn't make the inquiry, but I remember seeing some notes. Why?
You must help me. It would mean a great deal to me if you could find any information about that day.
Huh. Got you hooked, right? You know what? Stark and the others think they're the smartest here, thanks to you. Let me get this straight. Are you listening to me, lad?
I'm all ears.
Take this case. Report to me only, to Constable Harvey Oswald. I'll leave everything I have on this table. Find the murderer. Be a real copper. Question the suspects, make them sing, give me something substantial.
And if Mr. Vogel is not a suspect?
If he's innocent, then you can take your favourite degenerate away from here. If you slip or mess with the evidence, then trust me, your brother won't save you from my bludgeon. Meanwhile, I'll be checking the archive for you. If anybody asks, then you're a consulting detective.
Let's make a start then, partner.
Oh, wow. Hey, Kelton.
I'm glad
so
we
much
managed to get the
28
scoop
months.
before the raid.
Hello. Deb. Can I change my outfit here? How you doing?
Back on track to solve the case.
Retire, you've seen that movie before, it's classic. I was kind of confused when I watching that movie because it was like jumping in timeline a little bit, and then I do know that they are toxic. Yeah, in a toxic relationship, but at the same time, I'm not quite sure who's toxic to who. It seems like they just like throwing toxicity at each other. And at the end, I don't know if he actually, the main character, the main protagonist, kind of like found like new free, like get interesting in the new guy at the the last workplace he was in. Isn't that like they even though they are toxic to each other, they are kind of like, you know, cannot live without each other.
Look, I found Werner.
Is that Werner?
Good day, Mr. Manchios. I am Constable Oswald's partner in this investigation.
Be quick and gentle. Some of your colleagues are untrained boors. Although I don't mind meeting young officers. The new blood here.
If you cooperate in finding Fabio's murderer, there will be no need to meet with the Boers again.
That voice. Werner's friend? You're the policeman. What a disappointment.
Only an undercover agent can scour a ditch full of deviants. I am a consulting detective, although I'm capable of replacing the entire department through my consultations.
Sharp-tongued, I like it. May I presume this tongue will get us out of this trouble? I would be so indebted and glad to repay you.
Nothing's changed. I'm looking for the murderer. That's the only way to get us out of trouble.
But it shouldn't take much time, correct? We're all busy after all.
I need to examine you first.
Okay, so he's as famous as Michael Jackson in Asia. He is famous. He was famous, but I'm not quite sure he was in the same level as Michael. He was super famous, and he was also gay. And what I know about his death, which I am not quite sure I can verify. I don't know if there's an article about it. It can be verified. It is what I heard. It's like because of his boyfriend made a joke of breaking up with him, and then he was so like depressed or like shocked or depressed about it, so he, you know, get over. And yeah, and then the boyfriend was like, oh, the boyfriend is like didn't know Leslie will have such a reaction to it. It was like 2000. I don't remember when was it. It was a while. Yeah. But I mean, if he were to be alive now, he would be like such a queen. He'll be a super idol, idolized by everyone for sure. Yeah, he was gay. I don't know if he actually. I think he did came out. He had a boyfriend. And what surprised me is Tony though. Tony Leung. Wow, really? Yeah, Tony Leung. Tony Leung has a very, I guess, For him, he has a very variety of character that he portrayed, and yeah. Where's makeup? Quality polished leather. Hide his age.
You are a little over the top with your use of makeup, Mr. Manchios. Is it so difficult for you to acknowledge your age?
Well, Sherlock, that's easy for you to say to an old man when you look as though you are barely 15.
But still, it shouldn't be an issue for someone of your status.
For people of my age, it isn't an issue, no. But the younger ones can be so afraid of wrinkles and grey flecks. I have to adapt.
Such a methodical man who cares for his body but misses the soap under his fingernails. Are you so impatient, or perhaps even impulsive?
I wouldn't call myself that. Silly little details. If I missed it, it wasn't important. Or rather, it was less important than who or what I was focused on.
So long ago, but still not watch. Yeah, I think I watched it like 2 or 3 times. And to be fair, it's funny. I feel like Tony Leung's Mandarin is better in that old movie than. But I guess he only say a few words in the movie we saw last night. Happy Together. But then I feel like he sounds much like accent-wise better than he was in Sanchi.
What was Fabio like? His personality, his habits? Anything you can tell me?
He was the brightest star of my parties. Young, magnetic, and full of energy. I don't even want to mention his beauty. Otherwise, I'll be sobbing.
An expensive champion, I imagine.
His performances were flawless. He deserved his payment. Do you think he was murdered because of money?
Possibly. What about the other guests? Were they used to opening their wallets as well?
I wouldn't restrict my guests from anything. I'm sure Fabio received a few coins from others for his services.
Mr. Vogel told me a little about your parties, but I would like to know more directly from you.
I'm all yours, Sherlock. You have me arrested and locked here with you alone.
Ooh.
I'd like to know who you usually invite to your parties.
Free minds who are able to leave reality for an evening, who can taste forbidden fruit without prejudice. There is nothing that quite spices up life like these parties, assuming one is old enough and has worked many years for the good of one's country.
Oh, all true laborers, I see. Why did you invite Mr. Vogel as your special guest?
He's a pretty fellow. He's capable of surprising the public. He has a talent for saying words that no one else would wish to either say or hear.
I suppose I can't argue with that.
He is a free addition to the eccentricity of the party, which is fine by me, as long as it enhances my party. I've no idea about that. That's not something I know much about.
You bought an expensive pair of cufflinks for Fabio. Were they his price? Or were they a tip for an exclusive show?
It was pure business. Fabio escorted me a few times. I was merely showing my gratitude.
This pair cost a small fortune. You must be extremely grateful then. Tell me more.
You've thrust a knife in an exposed nerve, Sherlock. Yes, he was my protégé and my beacon also. With my experience and his beauty, we could have achieved anything. I had faith in him. I would have made him.
Your review is unhappy together or toxic together.
That's not something I know much about. I've no idea about that. I've no idea about that. I've no idea about that.
Do you have any idea who tipped off the police to raid your mansion, Mr. Mancio?
Of course. It was you. I could even say you Sherlocked me in here.
A good guess, but the wrong one. The fellow who did that was Mr. Pinchetti, your major domo.
What? Santos? But how could he even know? If he's not the murderer himself. The ungrateful swine. He has dared to besmirch my reputation.
Not a very eloquent choice of words.
What should I call him then, since he's a snitch? Make him talk, Sherlock. I'm quite certain he knows more about the murder than he has told the police. I can't wrap my head around such a tragedy at my party.
Wow.
May I ask for your assistance?
Don't think I can help you, lad.
Oh, I can go dancing.
This area is restricted.
Definitely tango.
Did you hear?
Would you like to report a crime?
Where's the end?
Did you hear?
Wow.
Did you catch that, Sherry? I didn't. Better listen more closely.
Did you hear Basilio Covello is in...
Hey, Sherlock.
Did you hear Basilio Coppello
Hey,
is
Cabo?
in jail? A dead body was found in his showroom.
Oh, John is his imaginary friend.
Did you hear?
There's no Wangson.
In the police. Let's pretend to be cops, eh? We can just stand around and look confused.
Good day. Your ticket, please, if you want me to help you. Don't you understand what a ticket is?
Oh crap, where's the ticket?
I'd like to check the evidence from this case.
And who are you?
Oswald sent me. I'm a consulting detective.
His partner, then? Let me see. Ah, a ritual murder. What a bunch of degenerates. Wait a second, I'll bring it to the table.
Wow, syringes?
An emergency kit for boredom. Not the time for privacy. Werner's personal sketchbook. It's a miracle this ruby hasn't tempted anyone. All the keys of the mansion on one golden ring. A heavily perfumed handkerchief with the initials KM in the corner. A handcrafted charm that contains hair and nail clippings.
Oh, the Sherlock Holmes story, old and airy. Always hanging on with best bud Dr. Watson. At the time, late England just wasn't explicit. Yeah, probably. You know, they are kind of together.
Her key to the altar room. That's not for bedtime reading. That's not for bedtime reading. This ex libris belongs to Manchios Library. The book describes a ritual similar to the one performed in the altar room. Thank you, officer.
Oh. I'm pretty sure back then they probably don't care. It's just probably like a lot of things was censored after like the 90s.
Do you recognize this book? Could Matista have borrowed it from your library?
She didn't ask me. How ungrateful.
The things described in the book were inspiration for the rituals you performed?
Do you really believe that blood, symbols, and incantations can resurrect the dead? They are just eerie tales with a mix of occultism and voodoo. My rituals are a stage to show some of the forbidden pleasures.
I've read this letter from Fabio. It had no addressee, but it was found in Mr. Vogel's pocket.
Werner? Strange. I didn't think the two of them corresponded.
I'm sure there is some explanation. Would you care to read it?
call me superstitious, but I don't care to read a letter from a dead man.
Read a book.
Werner, are you all right?
Oh, yes. Everything's fine. In fact, it's something of a family reunion. My brother spent quite some time in this place himself.
You should not be here. I told the police everything I knew, but they refused to let you go. They require proof to free you.
Ha! What did you expect? The mighty Sherlock Holmes swans in, tells the officers what to think, and the world obey?
Of course not. Anyway, I struck a deal with the constable, and I've got a free hand in the investigation. I find proof to solve the case for him. He obtains files about my mother's death for me.
Well done. If one has the power or will and can act, then one must. I wonder, suppose you couldn't get the proof to your truth. Would you tell a lie to the guard that enabled my freedom, knowing my innocence? Would that not be just?
There are lines I will not cross, Werner. I will do my best to secure your release, but with proof, not deception.
Really? How many white lies have you told on this island? Why not for me? Why not another?
That is absurd. I can resolve this without compromises. Do not give up hope.
Well, I thought gotta watch a movie. Want to say hello? No problem. Thank you for dropping in. Victorian times, they were prudies in public. Probably wild. Just don't get caught, right? That is a good. Yeah, this game is actually pretty good.
I'm not supposed to know anything about this.
So, the police found a letter from Fabio in your pocket?
I cannot tell if it was truly in my pocket at all. Perhaps it was placed there later.
Well, that is one hypothesis. If it were true, then how did it get there?
No clue. But this night has been rather eccentric. Such a detail could have easily eluded me.
Indeed. Do you recall reading it?
I can't remember that either. But I tend to respect privacy. Reading others' personal notes is not one of my perversities. I can't follow you here. I don't think I can tell you anything about this. I can't follow you here. I don't think I can tell you anything about this. I don't think I can tell you anything about this. I'm not supposed to know anything about this.
I have learned who told the police about the crime. It was Santos Pinchetti.
Do I know him?
The major domo of the manor. He cleans up after you?
Well, then he does his job perfectly. All but invisible. I couldn't tell you the first thing about him. The air here is rather refreshing. I'd even recommend that some of my friends visit the place.
I'm Sherlock Holmes. I'm helping Constable Oswald. You are Matista, Fabio's friend.
This body, yes, it's Matista. But it's a mere shell that will die someday. Just like Fabio.
Please accept my condolences for your friend.
Thank you.
I'm just here to ask questions and find Fabio's murderer.
It will not bring Fabio back.
Oh, wow. Oh, no. Oh, St. Burma.
Fabio and yourself were slaves, am I correct? You have a similar branding on your body.
Yes. It was a long time ago.
Couldn't help but also notice fresh cuts upon your forearms.
The cuts Help me to forget my past. To cover the old wounds and hide them.
How did you escape?
Something happened. One night the master fell down the stairs. I made him fall, and he died. We ran away that day. We managed to get on a ship and traveled here, to Cordona. Fabio and I started a new life here. It was very hard at first, but it became better with time. Until today.
The bruises on your neck are not self-inflicted. Someone else made them.
Some guests can't contain themselves. They even bite, sometimes.
This book, The Power of Love, Blood and Mandrake, what do you hope to achieve?
To learn more about the invisible strengths that govern us. Occultism is real. The master who fell that night when Fabio and I escaped, I made him fall. I cast a spell on him and it worked.
Or was it a coincidence?
The universe is rarely so lazy.
If you say so. This is the letter the police found in Mr. Vogel's pocket. Fabio wrote it. Do you know anything about it?
I don't. Although I can feel Fabio's energy. It's there, but it refuses to let me analyze it.
Do you practice occult rituals?
For protection? For fortune? To wash away the ugliness of the world? Sometimes to survive. I have the gift, and I'm learning to use it better.
Did you use your gift on Fabio?
I only used white magic. Love charms lately. Fabio became so distant. I just wanted him to be with me, but I suppose I'm not as skilled as I thought. I know I can handle...
Oh my goodness.
The news.
Where's Santos? Santos?
Can I ask you a question?
You know nothing of life. Deal with it by yourself.
Excuse me, just one question.
That's a good question, friend. But like all good questions, I don't have an answer.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
Where's Santos?
May I ask you something?
How dare you address me?
May I ask for your assistance?
I used to work in a factory too, but things changed. Come back when you change too, then we'll talk.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
Wait, then where is Tonto?
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
How dare you address me?
Can I just leave? I could. Evan? I didn't see him though. I couldn't get inside 7.
Could you help me?
I uphold the law, so I'm not answering your questions.
Am I missing a key?
I know you can untangle this mess.
I can't wrap my head around such a tragedy at my party.
I know I can handle the news.
I supposed to be able to get inside room 7, but I couldn't get into room 7. That's weird. Is it bugged?
All the keys of the mansion on one golden ring.
If it's bugged, then it's kind of annoying.
I can't wrap my head around such a tragedy at my party.
What a bunch of losers.
Are you done yet? Can I leave?
That's weird. Five to 6.
This area is restricted.
Wait, it's a bug. I'm supposed to be able to go in there.